Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the Money Pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Week 5 closing lines. I'm ready to go. I hope everyone is too. Hope everyone has had a good week. Crazy game on Thursday night football. I have the chat, I have the Patreon questions ready, and I'm ready to go this week. And I'm feeling good going into this week. What's up, D? What's up? Them Browns. Yeah, I would not take a side in that Browns Vikings game. I would not. I would not, especially with the whole Vikings offensive line out. And I know the Browns have some injuries too. So if you guys see any big injuries you guys want me to comment on, let me know. Like another team with injuries is the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, tons of injuries this week. What's up, Alan? What's up, Jamal? Yo, thank you, Jamal. I appreciate it. First time I've seen you in a live chat, man. I appreciate it, bro. Because I have a photographic memory. So I appreciate it, man. Jets money line, Panthers money line, Saints money line, all straight bets. Thank me later. Yeah, with the Saints and Giants, I feel like everyone wants to bet that game. Like for me, like that's game flow dependent. Like if the Saints have to pass, like that Giants pass rush is going to eat them alive. But if the Saints run the ball and don't get behind by like 2 scores in that game, like I think Saints will take care of business. I mean, that Giants defense, I don't like the coaching and I don't like the way they're playing against the run. But I'll tell you what, if you have to start throwing against them, that defensive line's legit. What's up, Noah? I'm doing good, Noah. I hope you have a great Friday. What's up, Steve? What's up, Steve? What's up, North? What's up, North? Hope everyone's doing good. Logan Bowling, do you think Hill ever takes the field again? I think he will next year. I don't know if it's going to be a catastrophic injury. I haven't started looking into it. What's up, Lauren? We'll get you on tonight if you can come on. Good evening. I'll just get to the Patreon questions first so when they go watch the video, we actually don't have a lot of Patreon questions tonight. Normally we have 22, 23. I think people are still stunned. I think people are still absolutely floored by what we saw last night. I mean, the Rams no-show. I didn't tell anyone to bet it. But, you know, if there's one thing in the world, you would think that under would be safe going in the game. I understand people who are mad about getting burned on the spread. Like, that's going to happen. You shouldn't have been betting that game. But, like, with the under, that was kind of wild. And then, you know, so yeah, it was a crazy game. This is from Rich Lockhart. What's up, Rich? What do you think about Colts money line, Seahawks money line parlay? I love the Colts part of it. The Seahawks part of it is complicated because I don't know what to make of the Seahawks. And we know the Tampa Bay Buccaneers injury report is brutal. And the Seahawks already played the game on more rest. I just worry about what Justin responded to you on Patreon. I worry about Baker Mayfield just going off, and the Bucs deserved way more out of that game against the Philadelphia Eagles. And this Bucs team has been getting a ton of pressure this year, and not only with the zone blitzes, but Sam Darnold and the Seahawks offense, they've played every game pretty much in the lead. I'm pretty sure they had a lead to start every single game, even against San Fran. And that keeps Sam Darnold in a positive game flow, and he's been excellent. Like, listen, the Seahawks have been able to run the ball really well. So, in theoretically, I think, Rich, you'll be safe with that parlay. I just worry about Baker Mayfield going off. And we've seen special teams tilt games this year. Like, even the Panthers-Patriots one. I mean, fucking 2 long punt returns for the Patriots in the first 18 minutes of the game completely changed the landscape and game script. And then once you start playing from behind, some teams just aren't built for it. But I would go the Seattle Seahawks to win the game. Like if you put me in a life death situation, I would go there. I just would not feel confident about it. What's up, Marie? Nice to see you. What's up, Pringle? What's up, Pringle? Yeah, let's not talk about the Rams. Yeah. And like I said, I have a clear conscience. I told no one to bet the spread, but like that was a weird game. And the Rams even pissed me off against the Colts. Like I know that ended up hitting, but the Rams really pissed me off against the Colts. And the Rams were a cash cow for us last year, and they pissed me the fuck off all year. Like, and it's not even Stafford. It's not even the team. It's Sean McVay. He is really pissing me off, and he plays with his prey a ton. Some of his red zone play calling leaves a lot to be desired. And there's other things with Sean McVay, like, the 6-7 field goal attempts against the Eagles. Like we can talk about the 2 blocked field goals, and maybe we could just say, oh, that's a once in a lifetime situation. But the way the Rams are moving the ball against the Eagles to fucking kick 6 or 7 field goals in the game, the way they were moving the ball is just unexplainable. Oh, Brian, I agree. Brian, I think this is my biggest skill. Honestly. And I think I do a good job of that. Although some people, why isn't this working? I wanted to showcase. Okay. Brian says, I think knowing what games to avoid betting is as important as knowing which games to smash. I agree. And I think that's like one thing I feel good about my skill set. Normally when I tell people to go hard, it hits on Patreon, and people don't like hearing to go soft after you go hard 2 weeks in a row. But yeah, firstly, and then also in avoiding what games. I mean, sometimes you just can't avoid crazy stuff happening, especially early in the year in the NFL. But I do feel like I'm able to stray people away from bad ideas. But that could be me being overcautious. But I think that's a good point. Yeah. What's up, Cal? What's up, Chris? Yeah, Steven, I rarely bet Thursday night. I rarely bet it. And on Patreon, I've been giving player props. The last 2 hit, but even the player props are iffy on Thursday night. But I do like doing the player props for the primetime game because you take away a little bit of the variance and craziness. And secondly, you have a lot of time to focus on the game, and then you can find minor props. Like that's why I like the primetime games for the props. And I'm sure it's good for the channel. Like I'm sure the NFL pushing these guys out there on Thursday night, regardless if the game is good. We know it's good for the NFL's bottom line, and we know it's like good for John Lawson's bottom line, but it doesn't mean it's right, and it doesn't mean games should be played on Thursday. I mean, unless they allocate more rest. So yeah, to be honest, I don't like them. But you saw, like, I just uploaded the Thursday night video in the morning, and the thing got like damn near 4,000 views. And, I'm not saying that's a ton on YouTube, obviously not, but, it's additions over time. Like, so I'm just saying, like, I'm sure the NFL just doesn't care. But they're bad games. What's up, Kels? Okay, here we go. Let's get to Justin Barker. John, I like your upset video. Thank you, Justin. And the Cowboys parlay is great. I thought so. Here's what I did from watching that video. Cleveland team total under 13.5. Yeah, I think that's a good angle to play in that nasty ass game. Or Jordan Mason under rushing yards for the Vikings with 3 starters out last time I checked. Dak 275 pass yards. I agree. And Cowboys minus 6.5. Yeah, because Justin, I got to be honest about the Cowboys one. It would just be like, are the Cowboys going to show up? And that's a lonely place to be in when you're posting bets, and I want to win for you guys, and I'm looking at the X's and O's, and I watched every single Jets game, every single Cowboys game, and I'm just like, well, are the Cowboys going to show up, or are they going to lay another egg like they did against the Bears? I mean, I guess that's for me to know. I guess. But yeah, yeah, yeah. So like that, I mean, that's like the main dilemma for that one. Um, Okay, and Justin says, just thought I'd combine them and gave great odds. If you have time, let me know what you think. Using your ideas though for upset video. Thank you, bro. Let's get this goddamn money. I think that's a good one. And maybe just keep the game separately. But the problem, I like to build the same game parlays in the same game. But yeah, I try to keep it in the same game. So like if your read or tails or your game state is right in one, it doesn't mess with one that you just got wrong, because you're trying to predict the game flow, and we're trying to predict, like, the Cowboys actually playing well. I think if the Cowboys play well, they should win the game by 10 points. Easy. Like, I think if there's one you alt spread, it's the Cowboys this week. That doesn't mean like I'm running to bet like the 2.5, unfortunately, because like I said, it's just like if they're going to show up. But I would probably put that Cleveland under 13.5. I would probably look for some unders, Browns numbers as well. And I would look for that Jordan Mason under for the Vikings rushing yards. Okay, here we go. 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 What's up, Ron? What's up, Ron? You're not too late, man. You're not too late. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me get to the Patreon questions. John Noosa, thoughts about a 4-team teaser, 12-point teaser, Panther plus 13, Fins over 13.5, Cowboys plus 10, Cowboys over 36. And how confident are you with the Colts minus 6.5? Give a touchdown prop. For touchdown prop, I would go Nico Collins against the Ravens. I thought about that today. Nico Collins, John. And the 4-team teaser, Panthers plus 13. I like it. Fins over 13.5. Fins over 32.5. You're saying full game? Yes. Cowboys plus 10. Yes. Cowboys over 36. Cowboys Jets over 36. Yes. I like it. I like it. I don't think I would add anything else to it. I have some other game suggestions, but if you're looking at those two games to work at, I have no problem. Yeah, so here we go. Okay, here we go. Which two games would you take off this 7-point teaser? Thank you as always. Philly plus 3.5, Indy plus 0, Zona minus 0.5 point. And thank you, Derek, by the way. Philly plus 3.5, Indy plus 0, Zona minus 0.5 point, Detroit minus 3.5, Buffalo minus 1, KC plus 3.5. Okay. So I would take Philly off just because, like, man, they're due to look bad. I want nothing to do with that Philly one. Indy, I would leave on. Zona, I would leave on. Detroit, I would leave on, and I would take Buffalo off. I think the Patriots are going to have a good game. I really do. Nicholas Vincent, hi, John. Crazy Rams game. Vegas made the call for them to lose. Question, what is your favorite 3-team 6-point teaser? Thank you for all the picks. Okay, so I did think about this question, Nick, and thank you for the question, Nick, and thank you for the teaser suggestion, Derek. So for the 3-team 6-point teaser, Let me go Broncos, move that up to Broncos plus 10. I would move the Cardinals down to -1, and then I would take the Colts down to even money. So I would take the Colts down to 0. So Colts, Broncos, Cardinals. Kels, John, what's up? These NFL totals look inflated this week. With all the injuries, you think the book set the points too high? Look at the 49ers last night. And thanks for the picks last week. Kels, anytime, man. Anytime. But inflated like what? Like because the Niners Rams went over last night. So I don't know if that's a good example. No, I unfortunately when I work on the over under video, I don't look at the totals, and then like Wednesday I'll just go through the games after the spread video and I'll guess the total, and normally my guess score lands on the total or very close within like a point and a half, 2 points. Like, so no, unfortunately, when I guess the totals, I'm within the point and a half a point. So that's where I get the money picks on. The ones I have the most difference when I guess the totals or the injury report that we're looking at now, that's when I do it, man. So the Shedeur Sanders situation is crazy. That's like a whole rabbit hole. That's a whole rabbit hole to go down. So I listen, I don't even want to wade into that rabbit hole, but I'll tell you what, I saw Shedeur with third stringers against Panthers first stringers, and those 2 throws in the red zone he made for me were impressive. And I watched Dillon Gabriel in the preseason, and I felt like one game was scripted for him to look good. And then the Eagles game, he threw the pick 6, but maybe they want a more mobile guy. I mean, I'm at loss for words with the Shedeur stuff because I didn't follow enough college football to have an educated opinion. Jonathan Yim, hello. Thanks for doing the show. No, thank you, Jonathan, for being on Patreon, man. Is it wise to take Indy and Detroit for my 2 survivor picks? Money, money, money. Love all the info as always. I would say so. I can't think of another team to use for a survivor pick unless you take the Cardinals. Right? Like I wish I could. I'll give you another suggestion. Like if you wanted to hold off on Detroit, for instance, let me try to give you another suggestion. Let me give you another suggestion. It's tough. I would not use the Bills in Survivor this week. I would want to get cheeky and use the Chiefs. If you wanted to get cheeky, I would use the Chiefs. I just can't see the Chiefs losing that game the more the week goes on. Okay. Let me see this question from Pee Wee Herman because this was interesting. Am I tripping for wanting to go with the under for Washington versus Chargers and over rushing yards for Bills? Over rushing yards for Bills? Or I don't understand the question on that last part, but under for Washington versus Chargers. I would just remind you that Washington secondary, they play a lot of man-to-man, and they have been horrendous playing man-to-man. And I know the Chargers passing attack was horrendous, and the Chargers offensive line has a lot of injuries, and the Commanders are getting pressure. So I want to see what the Chargers offensive line does. I think Alt's going to be out, and we already know we already know that they're without their left tackle who got injured like 2 days before the season. So but I don't blame you because let me see what the over under is. And I do think Jaden Daniels is going to come back a little bit rusty. Let me see what it is. Because that was an interesting question. Okay. 47.5. Yeah, no, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. You're not crazy. You're not crazy. I can't tell you on Krosky merit rushing yards because the Commanders' running back distribution is really crazy, man. So I don't even want to wade into that territory. Um, okay, here we go. Thank you, Jonathan. Appy, Denver Saints and Seahawks. What would you do for a two-team parlay? Let's get my Uso. Sing to me. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Always great to see you. How about your Seahawks? Denver Saints and Seahawks for a parlay. So I'm just assuming you're going money line with that. With that to go money line, if you're giving me those three choices, I would go Saints and Seahawks money line. That's what I would go with. Thank you. And holla at me on Discord, man. Joe, Browns plus 10.5 and Patriots plus 14.5. Thoughts? Okay, let me think. Browns plus 10.5. Yeah, dude. The best teasers to do when you're going up points are when there's a low over under. And like I've seen the Browns Vikings as low as 36.5 this fucking week. So the fundamentals I'm bringing the Browns up is just too smart, too mathematically smart. Also smart just from a football perspective, and you're crossing all the right numbers. So Browns 10.5. Yeah. And bro, Patriots. Yeah, I kind of think there's a chance Patriots might be able to just not win the game outright, but I think Patriots could cover a 3.5 in that game. Let me just say that. I should have maybe thought about that on the long shot video instead of like doing a Baker Mayfield versus Sam Darnold promo. But yeah, the Patriots thing has been the Patriots thing has been like it kind of comes to you as the week goes on. And I don't think the Patriots were as good as people were saying against the Panthers. Like, let me just put that out there. But yeah, so I think the Patriots match up good with the Bills, and think the Bills are just like really, really. I think they're jogging, man. Like it feels like they're in a jog more than a marathon, right? Like not even like a trot. Like I feel like they're in a fucking jog, or they're trying to speed walk the schedule like the Chiefs did 2 years ago. Okay, Raldi, what do you think about the Ravens money line? Raldi, I would not go near the Ravens because there's just too many injuries. Like even before you talk about like Lamar Jackson, like is Ronnie Stanley going to play? Someone inform me on the live chat. Firstly, is Ronnie Stanley going to play? Secondly, they have 8 defensive starters out. I could be wrong, but every time I open my phone or if you sneeze, a new Ravens defensive player is out, and that defense hasn't been great. So I guess you could say, oh, like, well, they can't get worse, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, that defense has been shit all year, and they haven't got pressure on anyone. And I understand the Texans can't pick up his own fucking blitz, but for the love of God, and you know, it's not like you lose Lamar and you should throw in Tyler Huntley where it's a like for like. Listen, I was burned by Cooper Rush last year. One time I was burned by him, and you know that happens. And do I want to take that one game sample size of Cooper Rush cooking against the Panthers? I wouldn't take that one game sample size. I would take the full sample size of Cooper Rush. And yes, you could say, oh, King Henry's going to go off. The weakness of the Texans is right in that interior A gap. Maybe you can fucking pound the Texans into oblivion. Maybe Stroud stocks. I don't know, man. I just think this is a game where the Texans, dare I say, like might be able to lay it on them. I know like this year in NFL has everyone peeking over the corner and you don't know what's happening next. And I get it. But yeah, like my reads were good enough last week where I'm not jumping with terror. But I get the fundamentals. Like this is like not even like 2025 being crazy. Like there's always games like this. I remember we had one where Cooper Rush, he didn't even play good at all. But it was when Jaden Daniels had an injury. And we were just riding the Commanders all year last year. Every fucking week, they were getting money for us. I think they were a money pick like 11 times last year on the show. And yeah, we just kept betting the Commanders and it was paying off. And, you know, they were laying 10 to Cooper Rush and the Cowboys, and Cooper Rush won. But Jade, yeah, man, I just think that's a bad. If Tyler Huntley was playing, it might be a different story. And if some defensive players were playing for the Ravens, it would. I bet the Chiefs last week, but this week I'm feeling oddly confident the offense gets back to basics and runs the ball. I don't care who's quarterback. Every time I watch the Texans offense, I think this has to be the worst O line in the league. Well, that's a point. I think they might have the worst game plans offensive coordinator in the league. I don't think that's an exaggeration. I don't. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, I get it. I get it, man. There's a way Texans just are shit that game. Like, I mean, a lot of teams like haven't like showed up to in this league this year. So that's something you have to keep in mind. So if you're just betting on a team not to show up, then yeah, man, I wish I knew when they didn't show up. Pringle, I really want to bet the Cowboys, but I'm hearing a lot of people taking the Jets. Will the Jets win? I'm hearing Vegas money is coming in on the Jets. Does that matter? Man, Vegas money was coming in on the Cowboys when we had the Cowboys against the Bears. Like, all the public was on the Bears and all the money was with us when we had the Cowboys. I don't think I don't think it matters. Like, if a team doesn't show up and enter a game, like, what are you gonna do? I mean, what are you going to do? Does that, because the Cowboys didn't show up against the Bears, does that mean the Cowboys offense is shit and the Bears defense is great? You know what I'm saying, man? I think the Bears defense is really bad. Like, I don't think Caleb Williams has figured much out, but I mean, you could just say, oh, Jets are due for a win. I could lay out the whole thing for you, but if you think because some people say one team is going to win, everyone said the Rams would win last night too. How many people had the 49ers money line last night? I just think that's those type of questions. Like, yo, man, you're talking to a guy who's backed some teams that just didn't show up. And I guess I should know better. Like, people would say, like, Lawson, that's what you get for backing the Cowboys on the road. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I have to pick some games and not every spot's going to be perfect. No, I'm kind of just tired of trying to predict teams showing up and then having Michael Mann's Panthers, which I didn't put on Patreon, thank God. But, having Michael Mann's Panthers give up 2 fucking long punt returns in the first 12 minutes of the game when they were actually playing good. Like that's the type of stuff like you can't handicap for. I mean, can you handicap for CD Lamb getting hurt? I mean, like in the first half. I mean, can you handicap for Vikings offensive linemen getting hurt within the first 17 minutes of the game against the Steelers? Like, can you handicap that? Like, handicap that? I mean, like, yeah, man, I understand Pringle's question. It was a sincere question, but yo, like, look at this Ravens injury report. The whole fucking defense is hurt. The defense has been shit this whole year. And, you know, like, whole fucking defense is hurt. Like, I mean, I'm just going insane here. Like, honest, and it's not you guys. Like, I am literally going insane. And I didn't even have a bad week last week. I am just like literally going insane. And I could like sit back and like enjoy that Rams 49ers game last night because I told no one to bet it. The props are on point. The props are on point for the primetime games. No, and no, Nick, and I feel you, and like, yo, like I just saw some people like commenting today, like Lawson, like I love the show, but I just can't like do this anymore because of the Rams game. Got like 3 comments. Like one guy wrote me like a 4-paragraph sonnet, and like I fucking got fucking depressed reading it. Like, I got depressed, and like I said, it wasn't a game I tipped. It wasn't a game I felt strongly about or anything like that. But I just got like literally fucking depressed, and I have to be honest, it was like really fucking depressing. And I'm like a really happy person too, and I have far less stress in my life than you guys. Like I have a very easy life. Like I have a really easy life and you guys have kids, like fucking real jobs, people at work backstabbing you. Your life depends on someone at work backstabbing you and talking shit around your back because that's what people do at work. No matter what job, I had a teaching job, worked for the government. Fucking people were playing politics at work. Bro, we're all paid the same. And so you guys have to deal with all that stuff. So like, it's like, woe is me, John Lawson, getting on here crying because CD Lamb limped off in the first half, or 3 Vikings offensive line starters limped off in the first 13 minutes. In the first 13 minutes, they limped off. It's just, it's just like, yeah, like you guys have real problems with real families. And so, yeah, but I did get depressed reading that today. Like, and the guy never wrote me a comment, and it's just like sad. Like, I know you should feel very good about the Texans this week. And I think, yeah. So yeah, I wasn't trying to give Teddy Atlas vibes, but we're from the same part of the country. So yeah, when I get angry, I have like a New York accent from the south of my state. So it's not as bad as like Mike and the Mad Dog or a Staten Island accent, but it's bad. Yeah, no, and I'm 100% warranted in my feelings for you guys because I know what you guys have to go through every single day, and I went through it. And it pisses me off like that you guys have to go through stuff like that. And I'm here worried. I'm here pacing in my house about if the Cowboys are going to show up against the Jets. Should I just post the Cowboys alt line for plus 190? Or should I just post the Cowboys minus 2.5 for minus 120? Pacing in my house for 6-7 hours. Stewing on that, like, like, well, you guys got kids to take care of, so like, like perspective's important, but fuck me. Boy, yeah, man, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. So, but anyways, and what's up, Brian Webb? Yeah, chill, Will. You're right. Irresponsible betting habits aren't my fault, but um, yeah, like you do feel bad when like it turns into a laughter. Um, I, and guys, you don't know how long I spent on that like Cowboys Bears game. Like I spent a long time on that game. Like I was looking at coaches film and I normally don't do the coaches film anymore. Like yeah, man, I was balls deep in that game. Fucking and you guys saw me wake up like Friday morning. I'm like, yo, I got to change the pick. And how often do I do that? Because we just roll with on Tuesday. All right. Anyways, my bad for the rant. Chris Clausel, does Kyle Shanahan qualify as an offensive genius for turning Mac Jones into Steve Young? I always thought he was an offensive genius, anyways, Chris. But I do think the 49ers didn't deserve to be rewarded because a Kyle Shanahan thing that lost me a Super Bowl bet was what he did last night. You remember when they got that fumble from Kyron Williams? And yes, they had the ball at like fucking at the 1 yard line. They get to the 2 yard line on first down. Yo, at a certain point with the way the defense of the 49ers was playing, I know the Rams were sloppy on offense the whole way through, but with the way the 49ers defense was playing the whole second half, they were just tired. I mean, they don't have a pass rush, et cetera, et cetera. With the way they're playing, with the way they were playing, on second or third down, you have to do a play action, and you can't give the ball back to the Rams. I know they didn't get punished for it, but that would be my only criticism of Kyle Shanahan. And obviously, I don't know if it was Hound or I don't know if it was Osei on Instagram said to me, one of the 49ers fans was like, yo, like, Shanahan's got to look at his strength and conditioning program because the amount of injuries the 49ers have had the last 2 years is almost like it's almost like mathematically impossible. Like, let's be honest about it. Chris, still now going into week 5 of talent on special teams seems to be an issue league-wise. Is this poor coaching or a league narrative we need to look at going on the rest of the year? I think it's poor coaching, but it's also like a narrative because they're cooking up the balls in the kicking game. Vic Fangio had a rant on it. He can explain it far better than me, but I already knew that going in, and I already knew the new kickoff rule going in. So all that, like the new kickoff rule, like we can prepare for the long field goals. Fine, fair enough. Like I already knew that was coming, and we already had to deal with the field position last year being quite a bit different. But with that being said, Chris, I don't think there's any narrative with the special teams we can follow because the Panthers had one of the best special teams in the league. I mean, they were getting praised. I think Mike Vrabel was praising them before the game. Like everyone was praising how good the Panthers special teams has been this year. And then we see the Panthers get cooked for 2 long punt returns in the first half. And then I sent Michael Mann a voice message. I'm like, yo, Mike, like Patriots are about to ram it in here for 20-6. And, everything I said is going right. Hunter Henry is eating. Tat is getting open. Bryce had a good first 2-3 drives. Panthers were running it well. And, Patriots go ahead 20-6. And I'm like, wow, I mean, Panthers are kind of getting the better of this game. And that's what special teams does to you. And I would like a way to handicap. I said on Discord today, I would like a way to handicap special teams. Like, I already know how to handicap special teams. I know if we're playing Boswell or if we're playing Aubrey on the Cowboys. Vic Fangio even mentioned Aubrey by name in his like little soliloquy, in his little rant about that. And And I know how to handicap that. Like I plan into that. Like when we bet Pittsburgh at home, like a lot of it's because Boswell kicking in Heinz Field, and Heinz Field is probably the most difficult place to kick in this league, weather dependent or not. And so you know all that, you factor all that in, but we just can't prepare for some of the mistakes we're seeing. We just can't prepare for it. Like, look at the Eagles Buccaneers. Like, the Eagles didn't gain a fucking yard on a passing yard on offense in the second half. Like, so, yeah. Not that I had a bet on that. Like, I had no dog in that fight. It's just, I watched the game on Monday morning and I was kind of blown away. I was just, we've said that with the Eagles many times and we've been on the right side of it a lot. But I just, after I watched the game, I was just like, yo, how did the Bucs lose that? So, Kels, since Dallas can't stop the run, do we grab Breece Hall for some big runs? I kind of like Dallas's run game. I don't know. You can put in the stats, but their run defense for me isn't the issue. The issue with the Cowboys defense, in my opinion, is their pass defense. And like, that's like, I feel fine with Dallas against the run. So yeah, man. Okay, here we go. And what I want to hear what Mike had to say about that 49ers one. Okay, I think we're through all the Patreon questions, but I've been going on rants. But yeah, like man, I'm ready to post the bets tonight. Okay, John M. No, John, don't apologize if I hit a few of them, man. Like that's fucking fine. Okay, John M says I've got Vikings -3, Bucks +3.5, Jags +3.5, Jets +3. Am I fucked? I also wanted to add one more spread pick. Who are you thinking? Well, I don't think you're fucked, but if you're doing a parlay on those spreads, I think it's going to be tough. Like just with the law of averages, you're not really giving yourself much wiggle room. With the 3.5, the Bucks is the fundamental choice. Like I said, I just worry about the Bucks injury report. So I didn't see their final one, but when I was looking, like for instance, Baker didn't practice Wednesday. Like he's obviously going to play, but they're already banged up on the offensive line. But if you put a gun to my head and gave me the 3.5, I would probably take it with the Bucks. Jags +3.5, dude. The fundamentals are good. I'm just coming along the lines with the Chiefs as the week goes on. I mean, but bro, like, yeah, Jets +3. I mean, if the Jets let Justin Fields throw it 35 times, I think they might actually do well. But from all evidence we've seen, like they're not going to do that. I mean, like, and in this day and age with the NFL, like, the 10 runs, 1 pass drives, they actually hurt your quarterback, and you need to get explosive plays in this league, and the Jets aren't getting enough. Vikings -3, I'm fine with that. It's just like the 3 offensive line injuries for the Vikings. That's a little bit of a concern. So yeah, man. Whew. Okay. Yeah, let's get everyone on if people want to come on. So yeah, John, if you want to add another one, I think I would add Texans. Just not to interfere with your stuff. I would add Texans or Colts at this moment. But I will be posting the bets tonight, so you can pick your favorite one. And John, thank you for joining on Patreon for the full year, man. I appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Let me send Chris. I got your email, right? Or do you want me to send it on Patreon? because I'm going to send it to Michael Mann's email. Okay, here we go. Okay. No, I like Detroit. It's just tons of huge decisions to make when you lay the 10.5. You know, especially in this climate of the NFL. And Detroit's got some corner injuries we need to worry about. And they play a lot of man to man. That's one thing I worry about. But you worry about, can the Bengals be so bad 3 straight games? And say what you will about the Vikings and Broncos, but both of those teams have really, really good pass rushes, and they can make offensive lines look silly. And I know Detroit gets a lot of pressure on the quarterback, but I would say they're like 8th, 10th, 12th best pass rush. That would be my only caution. Can the Bengals actually play better? I don't know. Like, that Bengals defense is ass. So, yeah, not changing my pick. Yeah, Chris, I'm going to get her on. 1 second. Let me find Lauren's email. I haven't sent Lauren an email in ages. Fuck, I'm forgetting. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Yeah, my bad, guys. Chris, I'm going to send it on Patreon. 1 second. Okay, guys, I sent the email, so. Okay, here we go. Yo, I have a lot of Chris's on Patreon. God damn. Chris. Okay, Chris, I sent it on Patreon. I don't think I messed up bad on the Rams 49ers. I told no one to bet it. Like, I don't think I messed up bad. I mean, hit the Devontae Adams. I mean, just barely, but hit that. Yeah, I know. They need to do a bet on the Panthers, Dolphins. All right. Yeah, I sent the invite, so let me know when you can come on. Let's see. College football. Okay, here we go. What's up, Matt? Oh, you got the Dolphins. What's up, you? Yo, what guys? I have to use the bathroom real quick, so I'll be right back.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on, Mike?
Hey, Chris, you ready to play the worst game of the year on Sunday?
Yeah, I call it the bottom feeder game of the week.
Oh yeah, it's the Ass Bowl for sure. This is like whoever wants to lose more is gonna win this game on accident. Like, there is no science here. This is who cares about winning less. That's what we're going for here. So
yeah, I mean, neither team likes to play defense. Neither team can stop the run. The offensive line allows, I mean, from what I've seen in the last few weeks from both teams, it's just the matchup is going to be good because it's going to be two really bad teams. So it's going to look good. It's going to look good when you're watching it because the offenses are going to move the ball, which is weird because both offenses aren't that good either.
Right.
But it's just because both defenses are that bad.
Well, you seem more confident than me. I have absolutely no idea what the hell's going to happen. I'm not sure if I want to know what's going to happen. Like, I mean, the Panthers, I don't know how the Dolphins have been. Um, the Panthers showing up for their one home game this year and just kicking the crap out of the Falcons really has me like kind of spinning about how I feel about this game because every other game this year, the Panthers have been absolutely terrible. Like they've gone on the road every other game and trailed by a minimum of 20 points. A minimum of 20 points in every game they play on the road. At home, they beat the crap out of the Falcons 30-0. So you don't know what you're going to see here. I expect the Panthers to show up. I picked the Panthers, but absolutely no science here. This is just the home field advantage and me saying who knows.
Mike, what's up, Lauren? What did you think of the over?
Hey,
Lauren,
you guys miss
You're
me?
alive. No, I forgot about you. I didn't realize you're still part of the show.
Oh my gosh.
I thought you
I
didn't
think
show
this
up
is
like
a-
your team doesn't every week.
No, they might this week though.
Hey, are all our teams like 1-3 or worse? No, the
Yeah,
Vikings are 2-2, right? Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So we're not all ass, not yet.
borderline.
Yeah,
Borderline
sorry,
ass.
Lawson, what were you asking?
It's definitely they're definitely suspect. We could say
Yeah.
they're very suspect.
Hey, we're trying our best. Look, Lauren, okay, I will tell you right now. I don't say nice things about the Saints usually, but the Saints are playing way better at 0-4 than the Panthers are at 1-3. It's not even close. I've been so impressed with the Saints this year and how they fought in these games, despite like the fact that they're a bottom 2 roster in the NFL. Like I got to give them credit, even
Are
though.
you talking about how they kind of hung with the Bills? Like,
Well, yeah, I'm talking
Yeah,
about that. I'm
that
talking
was
about how
weird.
they kept up with the Niners for a bit. They almost beat the Cardinals. Like the Saints have been much better than I thought they would. They just can't win a
well,
game.
Kellen Moore is, they brought him in for a reason. I think though, I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I think once we activate Taysom Hill, it's gonna help.
Oh God, I forgot you also had him.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
He's dangerous. He runs the ball really well.
He's so annoying. I hate playing that guy.
He's the
Yeah,
goal
on
line.
short yardage
But-
situations. Yeah, I mean he's
All right.
a difference maker with them.
Well, he's activated now. Like he's practicing. So as soon as he gets on the field, I think we're going to see a little bit more dynamic, as much as it can be. I mean, we're dealing with a really poor offense. You know what I mean? So
I know.
but
Right now we're talking about the 3 worst teams in the NFL, and it's annoying.
he's going to help them though. And you know what? You want to talk about some real shit though? Like I posted last week, right? I think my best bets were the Rams, Kansas City, and I took Jacksonville and the Giants. I got some ugly shit this week, and I don't know that anybody is gonna want to follow me on this, but I'll tell you who I've got, and you guys are. I'm sure I'm gonna get some nasty comments for these, but I do have reasoning for them. I have Denver plus 3.5. I think it's 4 now, actually. I think that they will keep it close. I think Philly's, eventually, like, their weaknesses have been exploited a little bit. And so I think Denver will be able to do that. I don't know that they'd win, but I think they can keep it close, and they might win. I've got Miami -1 versus Carolina. I think this Tyreek bullshit is a little bit of an overreaction. Waddle, he's the number 1 now. Washington's gonna play up, and I just think that they finally got a win, so they've got a little bit of momentum going now. So, and they're in a tougher division to even try to stay afloat, whereas Carolina, our division blows. So,
Yeah.
And then I think the Jets get their first win this week. I love the.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I like the Jets plus 2.5. Listen, and here's my reasoning behind this. Okay, like you guys can take it for what it's worth. There's no CeeDee Lamb, right? Okay, fine. So Pickens is going to be their number 1 guy. Well, Pickens is going to have a guy by the name of Sauce Gardner on him.
No, he doesn't. Oh,
Listen, what is he doing? Why is
It
he
took you
leaving
5
right
minutes. 5 minutes, Lauren, to piss off Austin. No,
This
but
is
look,
the-
did you miss the
Listen.
Cowboys putting up like 40 on the Packers?
Correct. So listen to me though. Listen. So
Okay.
Sauce
Well, Sauce
Gardner's gonna
Gardner can't cover anybody.
Yeah, the Jets
Hold on.
defense is playing like ass.
Listen though. So they're gonna have to. I think any prop for Ferguson is gonna go over because I think Dak's gonna be throwing to him quite a bit. I think Dak's gonna throw to Ferguson quite a bit, to be honest with you. So Dallas leads us off, offensively, obviously, but the Jets are due for a win. Like they're at home, they could pull it off. I mean, Dallas can lay an egg at any time, so that's kind of my long shot, but I like it, and I like Seattle. And Bucky Irving's out, Evans is out. I mean, everyone's gonna be on Tampa. I'm on Seattle.
no. Okay, I need to get in. Sauce Gardner doesn't move doesn't move sides of the field. Like he stays on one side. Firstly, secondly, he hasn't covered anyone in a year and a half.
Yeah.
And thirdly, if Dallas turns the ball over 3-4 times like they did against the Bears, then what are you going to do? But not shooting you down. I'm just saying, Sauce Gardner, it isn't going to change any aspect of that game.
I'm saying having him out is going to be a problem. I don't think they have enough arsenal. I just don't. They have the ability now. Obviously, last week was a huge game because of Micah and all of that, and it ends in a freaking tie, which is even more disgusting. But I'm telling you right now, the Jets are due for a win. I know it's a long shot. I'm not parlaying it with anything, but I am gonna throw a bet on it because I really think if anybody, why are they only -2.5?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, it's not a long shot.
Minus 115 bet.
It's on the road.
A long shot would be Cowboys -6.5. That's
not.
I get it.
Hold on a second though. If they're so much better, why is it only 2.5? Why wouldn't they be on the road and it'd be more than that? At least
if this were in Dallas, it would be -6, minimum. People saw what the Bears did what the Cowboys did against the Bears, and no one wants to bet them on the road.
They're putting this number out there to just think that Dallas won't even win by a field goal.
No, you get
they're giving
I'll tell you something, Mike. You remember 3 years ago, and Lauren cooked me every single Friday, and it was 3 years ago. It did not matter what football reasons someone gave. It's how it was 3 years ago, and the reason why I'm so fucking depressed is because I know what she's saying could very likely happen. It's within the range of outcomes for sure, but it's going to be how it was 3 years ago. I don't know if you remember that year, but Lauren cooked. Lauren cooked that year, and it's just stuff like that. Not that I have a side in any of those other games she said or she would bet, but she's gonna cut. So
it was the year the Bengals made the Super Bowl by winning each playoff game by 3 points or less, when they had no business doing that at all. They should have lost to the Raiders in the wild card, and they just kept winning games stupidly for a month.
She cooked every week of the year, and and I remember there was this still. To this day, X's and O's, the most perfect bet I've ever seen was Cowboys at the Packers, and the Packers were just such dog shit, guys.
Dude, I remember that. Yeah.
Dog shit. And Dallas was winning 27-14, and I don't mean to go back. And then they were winning.
Why? It's happening now.
Dominating.
And they hit a bomb.
Mid-third quarter, I was popping the champagne. And this is before Bills Ravens. This was week 12, man. This was week 10. And it was just a painful year. And like, it's just
Yeah.
like, I should just go on Tuesday's show and just draw it up. Like,
Rogers hit that bomb to Marquez Valdez Scanlick and just completely killed it.
yeah.
When that happened, I was like, yeah, okay, we lost this one. This is over. But yeah, that was a college fun game. I remember that one. That was bad.
Yeah.
Um,
And like hit like pretty much every go hard bet, like 7-1 on the go hard bets last year, 6-2, something like that. But yo, go hard this year, like, yeah, fucking be homeless.
Yeah. So going back to this week though, I want to counter something that Lauren said. He said the Jets are due for a win. The Jets borderline tried to lose against the Dolphins on Monday night. Like, I mean, they fumbled at the goal line. They fumbled in their own territory. I felt like they gave
teams.
Thank you. Yeah, they fumbled on special teams. I felt like
Yeah.
they lost that game more than the Dolphins. And Chris, no offense, my team is ass too. I feel you, but I felt like the Jets lost that game more than the Dolphins won it.
Well, the Dolphins
Like
do
you're
that
saying
all the
they're
time
due
also
for-
with poor coaching. You know, how many penalties the Dolphins have? You know what I'm saying? There's bullshit
Yeah.
penalties. Yeah.
Well, both teams did. Both teams were getting flagged like crazy. But yeah,
No, and I didn't want to mention the Bengals Super Bowl run because that was actually skill. No, like
that was bullshit.
actually
That was
skill.
that was not
No.
skill. They won every game by 3 points every damn week.
And you
When
know
they had
what?
no
And
business
listen
winning.
to me. Hold on a second. Whoa. And every week they were never favored. They kept winning and winning and winning, and they were always an
They coulda
underdog.
lost one of those games. They will have lost one of those games. One of those field goals gets missed, and it's a different story. It's not like the Bengals were blowing people out that playoff run. They just were winning the tight games. And that's what, to be fair, that's what having Joe Burrow gives you. But we saw, I mean, hey, we saw in the Super Bowl what happened, though. Thank you, Aaron Donald.
And look how
Mike,
close
if I was
that game
swinging a
was.
hotter bat, sorry to cut you off, Lauren, but if I was swinging a hotter bat, like the Denver one, I would agree with. I just can't touch that game. But
Yeah, I don't
I
think that's
do.
crazy. Like, Eagles are due for
yeah,
a
I
loss.
think she's right on that. I would just stay away.
Yeah,
but-
that's not crazy, Lauren. You're right.
I know,
there.
I'm not
They're
even
at home
thinking that.
though. It's like that's a bad loss. I mean, they're at home. You know, they should lose it.
I mean, it's Denver's up to 4 now, so I'm taking the 4. I think that they can keep it close. I think that, you know, obviously Denver has started very slow this year, and there's a lot of marginal games that they could have won and they didn't. So I
the
think
game
they
should
can
be
go.
a 3. Like, I don't. Why would the game move to 4? I mean, Denver is good on both sides of the ball. The defense is stout. Their secondary
very good
flies around the ball.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, and then
I
their
agree.
offense is not bad. You know, I mean, I know that it's like Cortland Sutton and then who else, but they get the job done. They score points.
I do. I really do think that, you know, Sean Payton can cook up a way to keep them close, if not make the freaking upset. Don't use Philly as your survivor this week. Let me just give you guys that. Don't do it. Because
Yeah.
it could potentially have an upset.
I got to keep better control.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay,
Lawson, this is
Me
the
too.
first you've seen me all year. This is the first you've seen me all year. You guys,
I know.
I've had people messaging me on Insta, where are you? You haven't been on the show. Are you and Lawson not getting along?
Oh,
I was like,
No,
I know.
you're
and I just said
ghost,
no.
that's all.
Huh?
You just ghosted everybody. That's all.
I didn't ghost anybody. This is just my first opportunity to get in here.
I think you didn't come on a lot last year because I was doing the show at 5 p.m. Eastern time last year. So I think.
I came on last year up until the playoffs. 'Cause that's when
Yeah,
I
you
had
missed
my
a lot
breakup.
of weeks last year. You were playing poker all the time.
Yes, in January I go to a
Which
big
Lauren and
tournament.
I have done. Well, not poker, but we've gone to
Okay, but anyways, it's just you guys talk about the game. So my bad on that. I didn't mean to segue, but yeah, 3 years ago was crazy with Lauren.
Okay, I like the
so
Lions.
you're talking about the one time that when I took Minnesota when they were down in Jacksonville, and everybody was on Jacksonville, and I was the only one. That took
I don't think it
Minnesota.
was
I don't know
that
that.
year. There was I think it was the Bengals year where it was like a whole year process.
Yeah, you were. I remember, that was so annoying.
Yeah.
I made a lot
But
of money
no,
that year.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure you did.
I
You probably did make a lot of
imagine.
money that year.
Huh?
Good for you.
Yeah.
I did.
And you want to start at the Lions, Mike?
Yeah, let's talk about the Lions. I don't know why that spread is only like 10. I think that spread should be like what the Bills Saints game was last week. I mean,
I
the
got
Lions
10
are
and a half.
yeah, the Lions are known for being a team that like notoriously kills people when they don't have to. The Bengals seem to have no heart left in their system, and if you're telling me the Lions get over 30 with that trash Bengals defense, like Jake Browning is not going to keep up. They're going to lose by at least 10, and I think that should go on Patreon, for being honest.
Yeah, I like the Lions also, and I also like the under because I don't think the Bengals are going to score any points. I think it's
What
going to
is
be
the
like a
over-under?
35, 40. I got 49 and a half right now.
Okay.
Why is that so high?
Yeah. But that's the
Well,
thing, though.
because they run up the score. Detroit runs up the score. They
Yeah, I
don't
was gonna
care
say,
about the spread. Like
the
they don't look at
Lions- Detroit could put up 40 and ruin that.
the.
I mean, that's
They
true.
could.
Yeah, so it just
They
depends
could,
on
yeah.
how nice the Lions are feeling that day. But I like that overall against the Bengals.
The Lions' defense is not bad. I think they're going to put a low score on the Bengals.
Yeah. You guys want to talk
They're
about
gonna-
two other really bad games this week? I don't know why the NFL just put all the bad games on this week. But Vikings Browns in London.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about that one? I'm going with the Vikings simply because I think they're more organized, and I think that Vikings defense could terrorize Dylan Gabriel in his first start.
There's that. Plus, they've been there overseas for a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
so they have that. So they have
That's
that, that longevity of being over there. They're not going to have the jet lag and all that other type of shit. But that being said, I'm taking the Browns.
Really? I mean, is it just because
um,
the Vikings O-line injuries?
I just think the Browns' defense is just really that good, and I don't really buy into the offense going on with the Vikings right now. And I think that for some reason, when these overseas games are really weird, they're really weird.
Well, no, I'm with you. Look, I think this is going to be a heavy defensive game. I think you're going to see. I think turnovers are going to make the difference, and in that situation, I just trust the Vikings. And as crazy as it may seem, Carson Wentz. To not have stupid turnovers over a rookie making his first NFL start.
The line is 3.5, and I don't like the hook. I think if the Vikings do win, it's going to be by a field goal, and it's just going to be a sloppy fucking game. And for some reason, when rookie quarterbacks just roll out onto the field, all of a sudden they look great their first game because nobody has any film on them, and they don't know what they're going to do. Dart last week, so. I think the Vikings may win the game, but I think the Browns are going to cover. And who knows? By game day, it might go to 4. Right now, I got it at 3.
What do you guys think about that Giants game this week?
That shit pissed me off.
No, this week. I had the Giants last week. I actually, and everybody knows I love the Chargers and I love Justin Herbert. But last week I said it because I wasn't on this show, but I said on a different show. I said, "Bring me Jackson Dart. Get Russ Wilson the hell out of there. Get a young blood guy in there to pump this team up, and they can pull." And it was a horrible spot for the Chargers.
Well, I'm going to tell you what the public is doing right now. Right now, the public is going crazy with Dart because of what he did. I think he's going to come down to earth. And I think the Saints are going to win the game.
Now it's going to be his first away game and on the road. And I think it's going to be a little bit different now, So
yeah, I got Saints to win and cover.
The Saints are nothing.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, me too.
I got Saints to win and cover.
Yeah.
Here's my thing, too.
Saints get their first win?
Yeah, not only that, so I don't know.
Are we favored?
No, I think you guys are 2-point underdogs.
Oh, no. So I got it at 1.
Saints are favorites.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, by 1.
The way I see it, look, okay. The Saints' schedule does not get much easier from here on out.
No.
The way I see it, if you're a player on the Saints, you're still fighting. You're saying to yourself, look, this is probably one of our few chances to get a win. We're winless right now. We got to show up and put in an effort in this game.
Against the rookie quarterback,
About the Giants, and I take it. I just experienced this as a Panthers fan. Teams that do not have good coaching staffs don't know how to string wins together. Like, they don't know how to continue to dominate following a big win. Case in point, my team. We beat the Falcons 30-0. We go to New England the next week, and we don't even know how to snap the ball or return a punt. So, that just goes to show. And the Giants in the past have done shit like that. Remember when they went to Seattle last year and won, and then they came back and absolutely crapped the bed? I forgot who they played, but they got destroyed.
Came back to earth.
Yeah, they came back to earth.
Morris
And I think that's
just trash as a coach. I mean,
Say it
Raheem
again?
Morris, we've seen year after year has just been awful over there with the weapons that he has at Atlanta. And
right, but but right now we're talking about Dayball, and I think him getting 2 wins in a row is kind of unlikely. So,
well, this kid's now got to travel. He's now got to go on the road. Superdome is not easy to play at.
Nah, Saints Dome is easy now. That ain't nothing. That ain't no home field advantage, Lauren. You guys got nothing in that stadium.
I was saying for a rookie quarterback to go up in there, of how loud it is. You didn't let me.
I don't know. He did. I mean, Jackson Dart went on the field last week and against a really good team and beat them. I mean, the Chargers are no slouch.
Yeah.
I mean, and
listen, and the whole reason I said last week to take the Giants and the points was because of what a bad spot it was for the Chargers. They had to fly across coast. I think they played the Monday night game the week before that. So
I think Joe Alt going down was the big problem.
They were on a short week, and they were playing. And this is in the Giants game really is like the most irrelevant game on their schedule. It's non-divisional, non-conference, like. So, and it was and they've been already played in Brazil. They've already played 3 divisional games. They won them all. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, Jackson Dart was ready to come in and just, rejuvenate the Giants, and he did exactly that. Unfortunately, they lost their number 1 player in doing so. But, so that's going to be another thing, Well, hello, Wan'Dale Robinson. So, I don't know. I think his first start on the road might be difficult, but I don't ever bet you guys know I don't bet anything. I don't take anything to do with the Saints. The only time I'll take anything to do with the Saints game is like an over/under. I don't take any. I don't take them to win or lose. There's too much bad quan going with all that.
Well, the over/under is 41. You like that? Over or under? 41.
Like the over.
Over.
One thing I like too for the Saints is I feel like the Saints' run defense has actually not been bad this year for the most part. Lauren, I don't know what you have to say about that, but that's something I think that you kind of need to stop Cam Scatterbo.
They're getting hurt through the air is what it is.
Yeah,
but they're being very proficient at stopping the run.
And do we think Dart can throw?
Yes.
I'm not ready to say that yet.
I'm not ready to say that.
He's able to get out of the pocket. He gets out of the pocket. You saw Russell Wilson stay in the pocket, take sacks.
And if you look at last week, Dart did a lot of running himself.
He also got outside of the pocket and made throws down the field.
Yeah, that's all right.
So
I don't know. I feel pretty good about the Saints.
Can someone tell me what they think? Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I don't want us to go over. But I don't know. I mean, if we're tanking for Archie, we'll see.
Don't worry, Lauren. I promise you, you will beat the. If you guys are
isn't that good on him, by the way. Out of all the quarterbacks in college right now, they're down on him right now, Archie Manning.
Okay, they are down on
him. About college football.
Yeah, let's not talk about college. Lauren, all I know is, trust me, if the Saints are 0-10 when Carolina goes to New Orleans, you guys will get that win. I promise you now. You guys got that.
Michael,
and I will gladly bet money on that game.
Wait a minute, Mike. When you came to visit last year and you were here, we talked about the bet where, remember, you had to go buy the Saints hat, right? And the guy felt so bad for you, like that you were buying it because you were in North Carolina, right? So now you're saying you want me to take a bet against the Saints versus you?
No. I'm saying I will bet on the Saints to beat the Panthers if they are if the Saints are 0-10 entering that game. I am so done with this motherfucking team. I have never hated a Panthers team more than I hate this one. This is a team that's trailed by more than 20 points every damn week of the season. They still can't even snap the ball right. They haven't shown up for 75% of their games. You're damn right I don't have confidence.
I know, Mike. That's why it's tough. That's why it's tough to talk about Dolphins, Panthers, because every single game is a negative game state. And
somehow I picked the Panthers to win this week.
Mike.
So I guess we're not going to do a bet this week, Mike?
Listen,
I'll be on the beach.
Michael's never buying another hat from another team ever again after what happened 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever it was.
But the same
$20.
I burned that hat.
But Mike, if you really think about it, the Saints Giants is the same thing, because if the Saints get in a good game state, if they get up, they can just run the ball down the Giants' throat.
Yeah, I agree.
The problem is that Saints offense line if they have to throw it. And for me, that's why it's a no bet. I hate to be
and here's where they're really going to have a problem if Taysom Hill plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not playing, and so.
Yeah, I didn't hear about him playing.
No, he's not playing.
Active. He's activated. He's practicing.
Well, just because you're activated doesn't mean you're playing.
He's practicing.
It's a 21-day window.
I've been so far. I've had my head so far up the injury reports this week. Okay, he's not playing.
I said if.
I've done fucking 20 hours of injury report work this week.
Listen, and nobody's injury report, and I don't know because I don't know if you guys are talking about that. Have you seen Baltimore's injury report?
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Thank you for the segue.
Yeah, there's some teams. If you're a fan of certain teams, I swear to God, half of your job is just you might as well get a medical degree. If you're if you're a Ravens fan, a 49ers fan, a Dolphins fan, who else is really beat up?
Let me tell you something. There's people playing for Baltimore that I've never even heard of. So, I mean,
but they're playing the Texans, so who cares?
Wow.
The Texans' offense is horrible.
But look, if you're betting, can we not even talk about that game? If you're betting that, you got something wrong with you. You should not be betting Ravens Texans.
Half of these games are like that, though. Half of these games are like that. You shouldn't be betting half of these games.
No, Chris, they're all fucking like that. They're all fucking like that.
I feel good about 2 or 3. I feel good about Cowboys beating the Jets. I feel good about Lions beating the crap out of the Bengals. I feel pretty good about the Vikings.
The only one I feel good about.
What's that line?
Which one?
10.5.
What's the Arizona line now?
Oh, Arizona?
That is one I'm not touching.
Chris,
dude,
can I talk to you about the Texans?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I already laid out my point, but I'll try to.
I think they're going to win the game, by the way.
Yeah, and I think it's a good bet.
Yeah.
And for me, man, you could say Derrick Henry's going to go off, and that's what's going to.
I hope so.
But the thing is, will he though? Because that's what they're going to be looking for.
I don't think he's going to go off. And there's been a lot of talk about the Browns defense. This Texans defense is absolute fire. And for me, man, I'm not seeing the Ravens plan. If this was a Tyler Huntley plug and play situation,
it's not so. What's this guy's name? What's his name?
Lauren. It's Cooper Rush, and so it's Cooper. So it's Cooper Rush, and we got Ronnie Stanley out at left tackle against fucking.
Who's better than Huntley, by the way? I'd rather Cooper Rush than Huntley.
Hold on a second. I thought there was.
Chris, are you following? That's at least if you have Tyler Huntley, it's the same game plan. Cooper Rush does not run.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
So,
matter.
so Cooper Rush got bounced out of Dallas, then obviously.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
You guys aren't. You guys don't. Anyways, I'll let you guys talk. You guys aren't listening to what I'm
Don't
saying.
I
listen,
am
I'm-
listening.
No one's
I'm
listening to what I'm
Listen,
saying.
but hold on.
I'm
For
sitting
me though,
patiently.
wait a minute. For me
No, I
though,
know,
it's not just the Lamar thing. Like Lamar being out, fine, okay, I get it. We have Cooper Rush. It's every defensive. I mean, they're pretty shitty as it is, but it's every defensive player is out. Like everybody's gone. Like I feel like they've got more people on a stretcher than they do in the locker room. So for me, I don't even know what the line movement's got to be Houston favored now. So
Okay, so let me ask you a question. I mean, is this a system thing? Like, so certain systems are able to cover the fact that they have tremendous amount of injuries. So that means that the Ravens system is shit because San Fran is completely decimated. They're throwing people out there that you never even fucking heard of before that are receiving 175 receiving yards. They're beating teams that they should have no business beating. You have 9-point freaking spreads that they're not only covering but beating. So this is a coaching and a system thing where that obviously the Ravens have no system whatsoever.
but here's
And
the problem.
No, no, no,
Hold
no.
on a second. Here's
But
the
that
problem.
wasn't what I was
Granted,
saying.
They had a tough schedule, but they weren't even winning with Lamar. They've won one game
Okay, well,
all year.
no, what I was saying is, okay, we've had Ravens fans come on here and like criticize Monken and the offensive play calling. Like, that's fine. But like the thing is, I was saying, like, for instance, Cooper Rush is not a system match for the Ravens. And they used to win games when Tyler Huntley would come in because he could provide a little bit of mobility. Like, I know you just saw Tyler Huntley with the Browns. I mean, with your Dolphins, but he also won the money pick with the Browns when everyone wet their pants. Remember the night before the game, Tua had that miraculous injury and we were laying 6 and he still covered. So I feel like at least when you have a mobile backup quarterback, it helps. Like, I just think Cooper Rush, I don't think he has any mobility, and he cooked me last year. One time specifically.
Oh, I remember that game.
The other problem with Cooper Rush, and we should probably talk about the games, but the other problem with Cooper Rush, like, and Lawson kind of alluded to this, but comparing him and Tyler Huntley, it's a complete schematical change for what you can do on offense when you don't have a mobile quarterback. Like, with Huntley, at least you can do like zone reads and bootlegs, things you still do with Lamar. When you have, Cooper Rush is not doing any of that. He's going to sit back there and drop back pass. It's going to be like a normal offense.
And get sacked.
Yeah, and get sacked. Oh, dude, I don't know what the over-unders for sacks is in this game, but like, bet that over.
Yeah.
Well, why are they starting
Cooper
him?
Rush-
Why would they start
Cooper
him?
Rush-
Like,
Cooper Rush kind of reminds me of like a Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Well,
except Kirk Cousins is way better.
like let's, but
A minor, like, systematically.
Hey, what's the Monday night
And
game this
he was
week?
the-
It's
Chiefs,
good. I know that.
The
Thank
Chiefs,
you. Yeah,
the
I
Jags.
want to talk about that. Chiefs win and cover.
Okay,
I really like it.
I want to know.
3.5.
Lawson, if you were to guess the total for Monday night, what do you think it would be?
46.5.
It is 46.5.
That's the whole thing. That's why I said, like, I don't feel like the totals are deflated or inflated. They are what they are.
You think they're right at? It's right on point. Like, if you were to guess the
You just
total,
called
you
it.
think
That's what it is.
46.
It's 46.5.
I would have guessed like 46.5 or 47.
46.5.
Like,
Yeah.
you would play it as that number.
Well, that's what
Someone
Vegas
asked
has.
you If someone
Well, I
asked you to
can't-
guess the total, what you think the total's going to be?
I would say like 47, like, so I can't play it. Like,
Okay.
and pretty much every Chiefs game always lands on like 46.5.
Right. Yeah, the number that you get. Right.
So it's just like insane. Like, but yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that game. I want to bet the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I got
It's
Chiefs
3.5.
to win and cover.
Win and cover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I
dude,
want to bet the Chiefs. But
I think the Jags are frauds. I'm gonna say that right now. That is a team that has been totally dependent on turnovers this year, and they seemingly have caught every opponent they've played at the worst time, like on their schedule, and that's where they've gotten most of their wins. They
You
beat
know
the
who else?
49. Well,
You
go
know
ahead.
who else is a fraud? Pittsburgh. They're a fraud too.
Well, they're in the
Yeah,
AFC
no.
North, where everyone in
No.
the AFC North is like in shambles right now.
Hey,
Like
Cincinnati's still in the running up there.
No.
They're two.
they won't be for long.
No, the Chiefs
gonna
got
be-
Worthy back too, so they're gonna.
No,
I like
I'm
this game.
talking about the AFC. I'm talking about their division.
I know, but they're not. I mean, they went 2-0 and then lost Burrow. They've gotten destroyed in both games since he went down. The Bengals are done.
I mean,
Like they're gonna fall out of that combo really quick.
who in that division is going to run away with it?
The Steelers, because the Browns aren't doing anything. The Ravens are beat up and they're gonna be without Lamar for like a month, and then the Bengals are without Burrow for the rest of the year. Like the Chiefs, I've said this before. The Steelers are winning that division by default.
Actually,
Kind of
that's
like-
probably saved Tomlin's job.
Kind of like
actually.
Tampa.
Yeah, that's a good point, Chris.
What? What do you say?
He said that it'll save
Burrow
Tomlin's
going
job.
down. Yeah, that's it. Burrow going down saved Tomlin's job. He was on the way out. I mean,
Yeah.
they didn't look good. If they were not to make the playoffs this year, I don't see him coming back with Pittsburgh. So
Well, it's the same situation for Tampa. They're going to win by default too. There's nobody else.
Yeah.
I don't know. They got to get past this week because the Seahawks are good. You know,
Right, but
so,
I mean, nobody's going to catch them in that.
I think the Falcons can do it. If the Falcons get their stuff together, which grants the Falcons, but like if they can get their stuff together, they can compete.
I wouldn't cash that check.
Yeah,
No, I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
I mean,
either.
the Bucks win that
But-
division with 9 games, with 9 wins. You know,
I mean,
Dude.
I was saying, look, the Falcons had like a 3-game lead on the Bucks at one point last year, and they still lost that division.
And Mike, you know how beat up the Bucks are. Like that's not going to continue. Like they're
but
going to get.
again, it's like,
And here's the problem with that. Like this Bucks defense, like they're getting a lot of fucking pressure. That's what makes that Seahawks games so complicated. Because if I just had like brass balls, I would go Bucks. But like obviously, you can't take a side in that game unless you love the Seahawks. I mean, but fuck, man.
I
They've
will
been-
say-
I do love the Seahawks. I absolutely
Listen.
love the Seahawks. They're without Mike Evans. They're without Bucky Irving. These are two of it. Baker got
They got
the
Godwin
shit
back.
out of it. Yeah, big deal. So I really honestly,
He's good, though.
Big damn deal.
Lauren.
What?
Look,
watch
this
the
is
Bucks win this game. Watch the Bucks win this game.
I know.
Yeah,
Like
here's
I
my
like
thing
the-
too.
I like the Bucks to win this game, actually.
So-
On the road.
Now I'm not being a like scaredy cat, but my best bet of that game is Seattle money line. Now, am I going to place the -3.5? Yeah, I am. But I'm also going to place,
Again, this is systems, right? There are systems. The systems that Tampa Bay runs, they run out. It's kind of like San Francisco. They run out the system, and people get hurt. They plug in players, and the system works. And it doesn't matter who you run. They run a 4-4. They tackle and they catch the ball, and that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what their name is. They plug
What's
these people
even crazier
in, and they
too,
win.
what's even crazier about that is they have a defensive coach and they've switched offensive coordinators every year for like the last 3 years. I don't get it. It's unfair that
and
they
they
can do
still
this.
score 30 points a
But-
game. That's like,
Yeah, right.
And
And
there's things that people don't put into factor here too. Seattle to anywhere in South Florida, Tampa, Miami, is the farthest, the longest trip that you've got to take in that NFL league.
yeah,
Okay, that's-
I know.
That is the long. And listen, it's a fact.
These are grown ass men, you know. Everybody to take a nap, you know, on the plane. Like, man, come on, man. You know, these
Here's
guys are
the thing
shot
about-
up with freaking steroids and shit. You know, you can't get up for a game.
It's like one thing, but like I never bought like to go into Seattle as like tough. Like
Or
No,
East
I'm
Coast
not
to West
talking about.
Coast
I'm
and all
just
that
talking
shit.
about how far it is. Like that is a long ass trip. Like to take.
Get on an airplane, you know.
No shit.
Well, here's the other thing
But-
too. Seattle has like an extra 3 days of rest because they played on Thursday night last week,
Right.
so they have
played
time.
That was the next thing I was just gonna say. Is they're a lot healthier and they're on 10 days of rest.
And the other thing I want to talk, I like the Seahawks. Lawson brought this up earlier about how Darnold was going to do against Todd Bowles' defense. This may not matter because it was like 2-3 years ago, but the only time Sam Darnold played Todd Bowles' defense, I thought it was his best game as a Carolina Panther, like by far. So the idea that he can't handle this game, that he can't handle the pressure that Todd Bowles is going to bring, I disagree with that.
You also have to take into consideration the quarterback factor. And I think that Tampa Bay has a better quarterback. And I think that he kicks ass. And I think that he puts the team on his shoulders, kind of like how Josh Allen does and wins games that he's not supposed to. They may not win this game, but I don't like the hook. It's 3.5. I'm taking
So
the
hold on a
Bucs.
second. Lawson's been the injury report whisperer this week, right? So isn't Tampa got a long laundry list of injuries too?
Yeah,
I'm more concerned about the Bucky Irvin thing. Like I didn't even want to go deep into this game because like I'm not betting it, but like, and I would not bet it, and there's like no lean on it for me. But like the Bucky Irvin is the one I'm concerned about. Mike Evans is like that. Life goes on. Like Baker's fine because of
he's hurt every year. He gets the same hamstring injury every year.
But that's what happens when you sign players like over 30. The hamstrings start going. We saw it with Cooper Kupp. I know Cooper Kupp has had some good games this year, but I'll stand by my point on that. So, but yeah, man.
Bucks win.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Like that's how it's going this year. You should say like, yo, you should talk NBA like, yo, Baker versus Sam Darnold. Who's going to hoop more? And
Like they're gonna play one-on-one basketball.
That's what someone did to me with the Bucks Houston game, and it worked. I don't know how Baker did that last drive, but
you watch JSN go nuts this week. You watch.
Yeah, he will. He will. I'm with you on that. I like JSN overs.
I love any JSN over prop bet this week. Sign me up.
Yeah, I think Coop said it perfectly though. Like no Mike Evans or Bucky is a tough sell, but Coop, Coop, your Texans got to come through this weekend. Like let's be honest about it.
You're gonna win. You're gonna win,
dude. I'm not trying to sell anyone on that bet because. I always say like don't bet the injury report, but like guys, the injury reports are so bad this year. Like you have to take it into consideration. Like at a certain point, yeah. So I'm not trying to sell anyone on that Texans one, and
yeah. And on the Texans as well, that was the most unconvincing 26-0 win I've ever seen. From the Texans.
That's why I'm so curious what everyone thinks about Arizona.
They were up 6. Well, and I think it was more the Texans being bad more than the Titans being good. But the Texans were up like 6-0 for like going into the I think for most of the third quarter, if I remember correctly. Like it was 6-0 for a minute.
This is for Lauren. The Cards are favored by 7.5. The over/under is 41.5 against the Titans. Cardinals are at home.
Arizona's at home.
Yeah, Arizona's at home. The over/under is 41.5, and they're favored by 7.5 points. I know you were asking before.
Well, Arizona's my survivor pick this week, so that's why I'm.
Oh, they're going to win the game, but they don't cover that.
Before we go,
what's that?
Yeah, I like the Lions.
Yeah,
I like the Lions to cover.
Yeah, give me the Lions and give me the Cowboys. Both are going to cover.
Oh,
and I like Miami to beat Carolina.
Oh, me too. I got Miami and Denver.
If y'all bet that game, you need help.
Yeah, well, I'm not betting Denver.
And I got
honestly,
I got my notes right
here. Look
here.
at this lineup. You tell me what you should bet.
Miami, Denver, Jets, Seattle. That's my 4.
Yo,
Chris, I want to laugh at you for betting the Dolphins Panthers, but like you and I are the ones who are going to have to sit there and watch this game. So we're the real two crazy ones.
Not really. The only way I'll see, they'll get like all of 30 seconds on red zone. So that'll be like the only.
Well, probably not because neither of us will reach the end zone.
Oh well, Mike, I see points.
I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
gonna go
I was
over.
kidding. It's gonna be a high scoring game. I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think. Listen, I think both of these offense they can get into trained states if their quarterbacks.
Both offensive lines are horrible. You know what my thing is? I think what my fear is that Hubba Bubba is going to get the ball and just run all over Miami's offense.
Well, and that's why I kind of
Because
like the Dolphins.
because
Chuba Hubbard is out.
Yeah,
Chuba
he's
Hubbard's out
out.
of this game.
Oh, he's
So
out?
That's a
Yeah.
big advantage for the Dolphins. And Rico
Yeah,
Dowdle
man,
sucks.
Dude, there's
Rico
so
Dowdle
many
is
injuries.
trash.
There's so many injuries. Okay,
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was ready to bet the Panthers until I saw Chuba Hubbard was out, because y'all's run defense is garbage. Like
yeah,
you guys,
Yeah,
y'all gave up 100 yards
offensive
to
lines
Brees
are
Hall.
getting offensive lines are getting into the Dolphins secondary or the second level and
Yeah.
blocking linebackers. It's horrible.
But Rico Dowdle is garbage, and I don't think he's going to go off on you guys. The only reason I don't want to bet the Dolphins is because it's in Carolina, and the Panthers, for whatever reason, seem to play like 10 times better whenever they're in Charlotte. I don't know what it is, because it's not on paper a great home field. Maybe the Panthers just suck that much more when they go on the road and can't travel, but they play like a real team at home, and they don't even show up on the road. So, and that's been true for years. I don't know what it is, but that's it.
Yeah, Coop, I'm hoping for your boys, man. Yeah, Mike, by the way, before you go, those people, I've seen some gigantic people behind you. Like, I forgot just how big people were in the United States. Like, just some fucking giants.
Like fat or tall?
A combination of both.
Of both.
All right.
Yeah,
I need
fucking
to
giant.
turn off my camera, I guess.
Chris, if you ever come on without video, you gotta do that old photo of you with the 5 o'clock shadow I saw.
Oh, my wife.
Yeah,
hates
there
that
we go.
shit. Yeah, my wife. Yeah,
Back in their prime, baby.
yeah. That was a good 10 years ago. Yeah.
That was peak Chris right there.
No, but one player prop I want to get off, and I've never felt the inclination to bet a player prop straight up. Jordan Mason, the Vikings running back, played for the 49ers last year, under 67.5 against the Browns run defense.
Love that.
I like that.
Yeah, and like
that.
who says Tat McMillan to the moon? Like, yeah, and I stole bro. Also, before we go, there's some same game parlay options in this Panthers Dolphins game. Like Coop says, Tat McMillan, like he was eyeing that early in the week when it was 54. I did it when it was 63.5. That one is fire. Coop's Tua under 33.5. Longest completion, fire, although that could get blown to smoke really easy. Bryce Young overs.
Nothing with HN? Nothing with HN?
I mean, I didn't look at HM, but I haven't tried to build out a same game parlay for that yet.
The
I'm
other
nervous.
thing too is I don't think the Panthers' run defense is as bad as people make it out to be.
No, but I think maybe he was saying HN
receiving yards.
Yeah,
We can't.
Yeah,
our linebackers suck. We can't tackle or cover. So HN over receiving yards, that's a great bet.
Well, Mike, that's what I was
Or
thinking.
anytime
when I was,
touchdown,
yeah, no, exactly. That's why I was thinking about what you were saying. You guys are susceptible in the zone underneath. Thinking a little bit of Malik Washington. I'm staying.
I
away
like
from
Washington. I like Washington this
good.
week. And Waddle's going to have to show up.
Yeah, here's the thing. The Dolphins have to figure out life without Tariq Hill because it's coming. It's now. Okay, and what's going to happen is he stretches the field, which creates a lot of underneath open receivers. That's not going to happen anymore. So,
don't worry, Chris. It'll happen this week. We do not study team strengths and weaknesses. We just play the same prevent zone every single week and expect it to work. So you don't have to worry. Those underneath zones will be there for one more week.
And one more thing before we go. I think the future.
Lawson, go ahead.
Go on, Chris. Go on.
I'm sorry. No, John. Yeah.
No. I was just saying, Panthers have been getting pressure. That's the only thing that can dance on this same game parlay.
Not really. I don't think they have.
Mike, you've been saying they've been getting against Atlanta. They got pressure, but
Against Atlanta, they got pressure. But
maybe
yeah,
that's
it.
because but it's the game state. They were up 20 points like early, but anyways, like, and Atlanta, we know once they're moving back, they can't block. But anyways, yeah. So I was just saying that's like the only thing that can wreck the same game parlay. But yeah, I see both quarterbacks having time and comfort. Although, like, when's the Miami pass rush going to show up, Chris? I don't know. I
don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're afraid to get hurt because both of these guys, Chubb and Phillips, have been hurt with their legs. And I don't know if they're afraid that the legs are going to give out, but they're not giving the effort that I would like to see from a pass rusher on the ends, both of them. And it's disappointing because that's what we need in order to win. And not for nothing, the defensive front has not been good either. Even Sealer has not been good. The first round draft pick, Kenneth Grant, has been horrible. It's just really fucking bad. It's really fucking bad.
Zyler been fucking terrible, and also the fucking penalties from Zyler are gonna make me like fucking bust a wall. Why is Zyler committing like fucking 2 fucking penalties a game?
And the offensive line too, still, you know what I'm saying, with the penalties, you know what I'm saying? It's bad. And Sanaya Vaya, the second round tackle, has not been good either. He's been getting beat.
He's been the worst guard in PFF rankings if you count that.
And he'll be blocking Derek Brown, right? He'll be blocking Derek Brown.
That's
good luck with that
this
one.
guy's supposed to be a fucking stud, man. He's supposed to be a fucking stud, and he's fucking taking a shit.
I will be honest, like, I don't know what it is, but we cannot get any semblance of pressure outside the Atlanta game. Like, we have gotten no pressure whatsoever. I think, stats aren't everything, but through 4 games, the Panthers have 2 sacks on the year. That's 1 sack for every 2 games.
That's the one thing that I like about this game. I think Tua is not going to get a concussion this game.
No.
Tua will be fine. He'll have the cleanest jersey on the field after this game.
No, he took a killer hit against the Jets and he got right back up. Remember that pillow Hamlin?
Yeah, it didn't hit him in the head though. He didn't get hit in the head.
Oh, gotcha. It looked like a killer hit in comparison to.
I was concerned, but when I looked at it again, he didn't get hit in the head, which was good.
I was surprised they didn't take him out.
He got popped.
But I just need to talk to Mike. Yeah, Chris, I didn't hear where you were going in this like Cowboys Jets game. Like, I just knew Lauren was going to come on and take the Jets. Like, it's just been like one of those days. But yeah, Mike, like, that's like, here's what I'm saying. Oh, what's up, Duke? Here's what I'm saying. It's just, he's a big cat. I feel like, okay, here, let me spit it out how we could lose this Jets Dolphins bet. I mean, this Jets, what is it? Jets
Dallas.
Yeah, thank you. If they actually let Justin Fields throw the ball.
I agree. I was just about to say that. This is the same defense that led up 450 yards to Russell Wilson not even 2 weeks ago. If the Jets decide to let Fields throw, we could be in trouble. But I don't think they're going to do that.
Do you think that he could throw the ball? I mean, you think he's accurate with his passing? Like,
no, but I know how the opportunities would be there for Fields to take over the game. Now, do I think the Jets will be able to move the ball consistently with Fields throwing 40 times? Probably not, but it's still that's the biggest threat to our bet. Lawson's right. Like, that is the formula for the Jets winning. Fields just, makes the easy throws. Dallas can't cover anything, and they steal the game that way. But I will say, so I was thinking about earlier, do you remember, like, this was a while, this was like 5-6 years ago, when the Cowboys were undefeated and went to New York to play the Jets and got absolutely destroyed?
No, but I probably didn't have a ticket on it.
Robbie Anderson had like a 90-yard touchdown in that game. It was bad.
No, I believe it. And games can always go bad. But yeah, man, and like, but yeah, and like, I don't even want to coach the bets, but if I was betting the Jets, I would just be like, yo, you better throw it like more than you did against Miami, because those 10-play run drives just they don't work in modern day NFL. And like Chris, did you notice watching the game that, like, I know you guys got that fumble on the first Jets drive where they ran it down the field on you. and maybe it was a little bit fortuitous, but at a certain point, sometimes I know it doesn't work mathematically, but I just feel like it's more risky, like running the ball like 11 times like that, because your drive can get blown the fuck up, and then your quarterback's without rhythm. Like a second 13, second 14 can happen easy. Like that's the thing with the Ravens and King Henry. And I lived that with Adrian Peterson and the Vikings. Like it sounds good in theory, but in modern day NFL, like I just feel like run defense is like you play the percentages and you try to get 1 second and 13, then you're in business.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the play action pass is dead. Like I mean, it should be ran more often. And I think that's a lot of reasons for these turnovers. You're given I mean, look at Karen Williams. This guy was going for his third touchdown last night and fucking fumbled on the goal line. I'm sick of seeing all these fumbles right on the fucking goal line. Now, it didn't bother me much when Braylon Allen fumbled on the goal line going in against us, but I'm looking at it every week, and it's like it's happening all the time, like inside the red zone, going into the end zone. And it's because the defense knows it's coming. They're punching the ball out, and these kids are not fucking holding on to the ball with two hands. They're holding on like a fucking loaf of bread. It's getting punched out. It's difficult. It's difficult because that would have been the game. That was into the game last night. They would have went in there. It's over.
To your point too about running the ball like 9 times and throwing once. I can get behind that line of thinking if you have the numbers advantage. Like, for example, the Panthers are always coming out in 2 high shells where the corners and safeties are way back. And as a result, you have practically a 6 or 7 on 7, 8 blockers. That makes sense. I get that. But the Jets are continuously running the ball, 80% of the time when they're not behind. Like, just because they can, regardless of matchups, regardless of numbers, they're not taking that into consideration. They're just doing it. That is where I'm not for running the ball that much, because it's a fact that, like, per yards, yards per play wise, you will always gain more passing than you will running. And eventually you will get to third downs, and eventually you'll get stops. That's not always the case with passing.
Basically controlling the clock. And if you're consistently running the ball and you're getting over 4 yards per carry, a lot of coaches are saying, well, if it's working, why stop what's working? And that's the reason why you're getting these 8 and 9 and 10 fucking runs in a row.
Right. That being said, I'm not for like going pass happy just because you average more yards per pass than you do yards per run. But, I think there is you need to have a happy medium of both to keep defenses off balance. But ultimately, like I said, if I had to pick one, I would throw more than run more.
Yeah, and plus, like what Chris said, very few teams use the play action pass well. Like, I know I don't want to bring up that game, but one reason why the Rams fucking killed the Eagles was just their play action passing, and that's what the Vikings do well. I mean, it's hard for the Vikings to do it now with all the offensive line injuries, but man, nothing's more beautiful than the play action pass, especially to get those explosive plays. And those explosive plays are what keeps drives going. And I just feel like in the modern NFL, it's really tough to get explosive plays running the football. I mean, we saw the Chargers do it last week, and
it opens up. People get open, because it blows coverages. Once you take the handoff and people think it's a run, and then you roll out, and the quarterback's in an open space, it opens up receivers down the field. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes more than multiple receivers down the field.
The tough part with explosive runs is that to get that, you need at least 7 or 8 people to do their job just right. With an explosive pass, you really only need the quarterback and the receiver to be on the same page, and then the offensive line to just not sell. That's pretty much all you need for a big pass. But for a big run, you need at least 7, 8 good blocks from your offensive line.
Agree.
On this, can we talk about the game last night before we get out of here?
Yeah.
Okay. I know you asked something about it earlier. I forget what it was, Lawson.
Okay, let me lay out the scenario because I actually did want your opinion.
Yeah, I watched this whole game, by the way. So
yeah, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. I actually was laughing through it, but it's tough. Had people quitting watching football because of it. So it's kind of sad. But
this year will do that to you, by the way.
No, I know,
Yeah.
I know. No, I know. No, I trust Chris, trust me. Like, yeah. Like for me not to enjoy football is like fucking like really tough. No, they're pushing me, Chris. They're pushing me, man. Like which is crazy, like because I love the sport more than ever. Which is just insane. Sometimes I just want to go to like Mississippi or Texas and just watch like some high school football. To be completely honest.
The Panthers have
Um,
really deprived my love of football this year. But go ahead.
No, Mike, it's sickening that
It's the
those
league.
fucking
It's the league. It's not
Yeah.
just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's the hard. I mean, the science is there, and then there's no fucking science.
yeah,
That's why.
yeah, I know, and Mike, and I saw those 2 punt returns like within like 15 minutes of the game, and I'm just like, yo, like, I don't know, man, like, I
It was
don't know.
stupid.
How does someone even prepare for that? Like maybe the 1 punt return, like we're good, like bounce off, but like the 2. Yeah, that's just a lot for someone to stomach when you work the whole week on this angle. But yeah, like anyway, so okay, so they get that fumble on Kyron Williams. Okay, they get the ball at like the.
I know what you're gonna ask.
And so first play, they actually get some positive yardage, like, and they get maybe they get to the 1.5 yard line too, enough to snap it and maybe enough to play action. Okay. And then like Shanahan just runs it up the middle 2 times and punts it. And just, I want to lay out the scenario for everyone, dude, that 49ers defense was huffing. Like they were just huffing and puffing. They had nothing left. They already did an Alamo performance. Like, yo, you putting them out there guarantees a loss unless the Rams fucked it up, which they did. And the Rams offense all night. But like, come on, man. Like that 49ers defense was chasing shadows the whole second half.
That sequence, that is why Kyle Shanahan will never win a Super Bowl. Never. He did not. He got the play of the game at the goal line. All you need is 1 first down and the game is over. And you spend your first 2 plays quarterback sneaking and running a Christian McCaffrey handoff off the middle. And then I think you did like an outside zone on 3rd down and then he punts. Giving the ball back to the Rams at like the 45 yard line. Quite frankly, the 49ers were lucky that game got into overtime.
Yeah.
So that's point 1.
It kind of
here's the other thing too.
Maybe they knew something maybe he knows something that we don't fucking know. I mean, why would you do that?
And here's what I would have done. So, and keep in mind, this is Thursday Night Football. I don't think anyone ever wants to go into overtime on Thursday Night Football. So this is controversial. I'm curious to hear what you think. So when the 49ers punted, I think there was about 48 seconds left. If it were me, I would have gone for it on 4th down and intentionally taken a safety. Racked up, probably lost like another 8 seconds on that 4th down because you can hold. If you can hold and not get penalized for it if you give up points. So I would have taken our 8 seconds off the clock, take the safety. We're going to punt. Then we're going to make the Rams drive the entire length of the field with like 30 seconds left and no timeouts. And we're going to ride or die with that final drive. We are not sending that game to overtime with our practice squad offense and Mac Jones into overtime. That's what I would have done. I don't know if that's a good idea.
On what you're saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would have liked to see a play action, but also with the new kickoff rules, and I saw 2 safeties so far this year, and so I only saw 2 kicks. Bro, there's like no penalty for doing the punt after the safety. It's the same as a kickoff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, am I crazy? Like, is that a bad idea? I would have taken that safety.
Because it's something they overlooked in the rules because they're tinkering too much with the rules.
Yeah, we're gonna. If it's me, we're taking that safety and we're gonna fight or die on that final defensive drive. If we lose on a field goal, so be it. But yeah.
All right, guys. Last words. So
I was trying to figure out why they chose not to receive the ball, Rams, after they won the toss.
Good question.
That's what I was gonna say. Like. And then they end up losing.
You give them the fucking ball. You can't stop them. You know they're going to go down there. They kick the fucking field goal. It was over. That's exactly what happened.
That was such a weird end to the game.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
And
why would you fucking do that?
Especially when the Rams are tired. I mean, when the 49ers defense is
tired. You gave the fucking game away.
Yeah, and not only that, but like I said, you're prolonging the game by choosing to kick off because you're assuming you're going to get the ball back. And honestly, I was hoping that game was going to end in a tie because neither of
That's
those
a fucking
teams deserve to
stupid
win.
way of thinking. Like,
Yeah.
what coach fucking thinks like that? I mean, McVay is supposed to be this great mind. I mean, that's fucking stupid.
Well,
Sorry.
I don't know.
Stupid.
Honestly, McVay not receiving the ball was probably dumber than what Shanahan did. If we're being honest,
that was the dumbest fucking move of the game.
No, it was.
I mean, that was fucking stupid, bro.
No, Chris, and Mike was on like a lot of those games. Like, I know a lot of you guys didn't notice on Patreon because those Rams bets were hitting. But like there was
last year.
Yeah, there's a lot of misconduct from McVay in those games, and I didn't want to go on to it, and I didn't want to like say anything about it. But I remember a Pats they were at the Patriots -6. I remember that Seahawks game. Like, there's a lot of stuff, and there's stuff I was missing. But McVay's, man, both of them, like good coaches, but man.
Bad decisions on crucial time.
I think this is why, like, I mean, granted that they got hired because of their ability to call plays, but that's why I don't think you want your play callers as head coaches. Because you lose sight of things like that.
Yeah.
And McDaniel.
Yeah, I know. And at least I hope Mike gets together though. But
he won't because of pride. Pride's a motherfucker. Pride will get you fired. And pride.
I think we should make a deal, Chris. We should make a deal this week. Whichever team loses can fire their coach after this game. That should be the deal.
I want to say one thing before I sign off here. We're all into making money, right? I kind of feel like the future in betting is the player props.
Chris, I've been good, man. And Coop's been better. Yeah, I've been good.
No, I'm saying because think about it. There is so much intangibles and things that are just out of the ordinary that are fucking happening that are just preventing logical fucking wins and money from being accumulated.
No, Chris, because honestly, I'm not picking on Lauren, but like Lauren doesn't even know the spreads when she comes on here. Okay.
That's probably better for her.
And she doesn't even know like players. Like she was saying players like from like 2 years ago on some teams when she came on last year. Like, and I'm not throwing stones at her. Like I'm not. I really am not. It's just like I actually feel like with the player props, like my hard work, your guys' generosity on Patreon, like it affords me the edge we get is in the player props. Like once we gets to week 8, week 9, like, yeah, man, I think we'll be great. But with this extended preseason, yeah, man,
especially like you said in the beginning, the first 5 or 6 weeks. I mean, we're getting hit. I mean, Vegas is cleaning the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And I think the way to combat that is the player props until we understand what the league is doing.
Even the good teams like the Eagles, for instance, they are nowhere near peak form where they're at right now. Or even
which is understandable, but it's like they're playing like shit, like no pass yards in the second half, and that happened last year. And I was at least able to tail it and get against that in player props last year. And I remember Coop's first 7 weeks of last season. He was on like a generational tear with the player props. I'm surprised the book didn't ban him. Like that's how good he was like last year in the first 7 weeks. Like, so yeah, man. And like I said, like, to be honest, when I did the first 3 weeks of the player props, like it was looking a little bit muddy, but week 4 and 5, like I just went on there with like full confidence and gusto and actually enjoyed the video, Chris. Like, to be honest, like I did not enjoy doing the Tuesday video this week. Felt like I needed more time.
Yeah.
And I watched.
To be fair, this slate is like there are a lot of bad games on the slate. Like, or in games that are tight, like Broncos, Eagles, Panthers, Dolphins, Saints, Giants, Vikings, Browns. Like, who wants to pick any of those games?
You don't.
No,
you just want to play the Lions, and that's it. That's what I want to do. Really, you know, it's like I want to play. I mean, thank God for Dan Campbell, man. I mean, that dude, because he doesn't give a fuck about Vegas. He's like just pound the ball into the end zone.
Yeah. No, I know.
Score.
I'm
and he's
glad
like an
Detroit is still
analytics
good.
guy. He's a man's man. He's a meathead, so to speak. But he's also an analytics guy, and these analytics guys understand.
You know how bad I hate my fucking organization for letting him go. We had him. We should have made him our fucking coach, and we let him fucking go because our front office is so fucking horrible. So fucking horrible. You don't understand talent.
But
That's the reason why Bill Parcells left, because Parcells was like, "Are you going to put the people in place to fucking make a winner here?" And they were like, "Oh no," and then he fucking left. You know what I'm saying? You had Bill Parcells, for fuck's sake. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is bad, man. It's just fucking
I'll
bad.
maintain too. Brian Flores could have been really good for you guys if y'all had just not screwed him over for no reason. I think Brian Flores would have been a fantastic coach for years to come had you guys just kept him a little bit longer.
No, because Tua was the baby. You got to cradle the fucking baby. Yeah. You know, it's just.
No, but yeah, and Chris, you remember when everyone was dunking on Brian Flores, making him look like an idiot when the stuff came out with Tua, and he looked like Mr. Batty. And I'm not a person like, for me, man, I give love. I don't like yell at people, but some people yell at people, and you know what? Sometimes that's fine. And I don't have a problem with either motivational tactic. But yeah, man.
I mean, you think look at Parcells. You think he didn't yell at people? Look at the fucking look at the success that he's had. I mean, take a look at Belichick. You think he didn't yell at people? I mean, look at the success he's had. I mean, you can't coddle these fucking kids nowadays, and that's what they're doing. It's the coddling age. They're bringing these kids in. You can't tell them no, and they're fucking running the team. The coaches aren't running some coaches aren't running the team, like McDaniel, and then you're getting what you're having. This is what's going on.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, coaches. When we had coaches like Belichick and Parcells and Flores in the league, your team was a heck of a lot more likely to show up than what we see now. Like,
I remember when Miami was so bad, like the talent on the team, and the Ravens came in flying on Thursday night, and Brian Flores had Lamar to like 10 points. And it's like, yo, like there's not that many great coaches left.
Well, and they
our
also
great coaches are McVay and Shanahan, who are just very, very flawed people.
Flores, and they're just great minds. They're great play callers. I don't view McVay or Shanahan as like great leaders of men, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like I think
thing,
O'Connell's the real deal on Minnesota, but like he's never going to get like a Matt Stafford or anyone who can throw the ball.
Can I just say one thing about the Dolphins?
Even matter?
Can I just say one thing about the Dolphins front office and why Greer is still there? Okay, the reason why Greer is still there is because this whole fucking thing that went with Flores and the freaking and the racial things and the fucking dumping games for money and all that shit. They're afraid that Greer is going to talk, and this shit is still going on with the NFL and this investigation with the Dolphins owner, and it's not going to go away. And until it does go away, Greer is going to have a position. He may not be the GM next year, but he's still going to have a fucking position with the teams in some aspect. That's going to let you know. That's going to fucking let you know that he knows where the bodies are buried, and the Dolphins are not going to get out from underneath this.
Because they did something wrong with Brian Flores. We don't know.
Yeah, they did something. We don't know what it is, or even if they said, "Listen, I'll give you $10,000 a game for fucking for losing or whatever."
That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
It was like,
but they already got fucking penalized for it. They already lost draft picks. They already lost money. Who gives a fuck anymore? They already got penalized for it.
To win.
And look, I respect the hell out of Flores for not like bending a knee to that. I mean, that Dolphins team was garbage. It would have been so easy for him to just throw in the towel and be like, hey, we're going to tank this away. But he didn't. He rallied that team, and shoot, the last game of that season, they beat the Patriots to keep them out of the number 1 seed. And it pretty much ended their dynasty because the next week they played the Titans and lost.
No, and we need people with integrity in the league, man. And also, they were like, I remember they were flying with Fitzpatrick, and then like they made him like bench Tua, and like Fitzpatrick like said he cried, and he said that was like the only time he got like emotional as an NFL player when like he had to get benched, and like Brian Flores didn't want to bench him, and
Yeah.
they were flying.
It's just a big mess. It was a big mess, you know. It's just
I really don't like Tua, Chris. Like as a person, I'm sorry, dude, but I really don't like him.
I don't know how he is as a person. I know as a player, I mean, he's
I don't like his
not.
personality. Like from what I've seen, I don't like him.
Yeah. So
I also,
all right, guys.
yeah,
Go on.
we gotta go.
Yeah, dude, but good conversation, man. Chris Greer, how he has a job, but I actually never put like 2 and 2 together. That Chris
How he
Greer
still
has
stays
that
in the
now.
system. He's not going to be a GM next year, but he's still going to be in the fucking front office somewhere. Watch, I swear to Christ Almighty, which I don't want to do, but I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. He's still going to be in the Dolphins somewhere.
No, because this Brian Flores lawsuit is real.
Yeah, he's going to rat. He's going to fucking rat.
No, and he's gonna, and he knows, like you said, he knows the dirty laundry, exactly what they did to Brian Flores, and that lawsuit is real, and that's why Brian Flores doesn't have a head coach
What's
job.
the statute of limitations on this? How long does it last?
Oh, it's still in court. It's coming. It's coming.
Well, and
So-
same thing with the Gruden thing too, which I know we got to go, but yeah.
Gruden thing's really dirty. They did John bad, and listen, the emails are like they're kind of indefensible, but also like that was like a targeted attack, and
There's a chance they're apparently letting them. I forget what was decided the other day, but they're putting everything on the table. Like everything is admissible now, from what I understand.
Yeah, he's
And
gonna win the case.
From what I've heard, if he wins and they get enough dirt, Goodell could be forced to resign, which I think would be a great thing for the NFL.
Yeah, I don't like.
I mean, Roger Goodell, I can't. The only thing Goodell cares about is money. He doesn't care about football. He cares about money.
In his last contract, he says, "I want use of the the airplane of the NFL plane and shit on his contract and shit."
No, and guys, like I'm such like an NFL bootlicker. I like 5 years ago when the players started like hugging and smooching Goodell at the draft, like I got mad, but like I'm such an NFL bootlicker, like I bootlick the NFL without shame. But like, yeah, like Roger Goodell, it would be nice if he went.
I respect him for keeping football going when COVID was a big problem.
Dude,
but ever since then, every move he's made, like I just can't stand it.
Keeping the NFL going is like keeping diarrhea going. It's just going to keep going.
No, you don't I mean, dude, like the NBA shut down, every other sport shut down, and Goodell was the only one who stood his ground.
The NBA is not the NFL. The NFL is the greatest sport in this country besides MLB.
Dude,
Chris,
Roger Goodell gave the draft.
You live in Florida. That stuff was crazy. I remember when I was in
New York. I lived in fucking New York during COVID.
I was in Florida.
And that's why I moved to Florida. I moved to Florida because of COVID.
I remember I got on with like a full beard, and I'm like, "Yo, where it looks like."
Yeah, I remember the full beard.
I remember I get on I'm like, "Yo, it looks like they're not going to let us do it." So
yeah, no, we didn't think we were going to football, and then Goodell gave the draft.
They were putting paper people in the stands and shit.
Yeah.
Well, and I remember when we did the draft, I think Lawson and I were on together with GIF, and we were watching the draft, and Goodell's like announcing picks from his basement. Like that just goes to show how down bad everybody was. And Goodell somehow kept football going throughout that entire time. You know, that was actually a really fun draft. But
and Mike
yeah, it was ridiculous.
Florio was full tilt on trying to end it for some reason for a man's livelihood who relies on it. Like, yo, Mike Florio was so Pro Football Talk. They were just dedicated to ending football, and I'm just like, listen, like, yo, does this, I know like you probably have like way more money than me, you're way older than me, but like, yo, like what's your investment in ending this?
You want to end football.
Yeah All right, guys, I'll let you go.
All right, man, have a good night.
Yo,
Chris, good luck this week. Good luck this week. May the worst team lose. That's all I'll say.
I want to watch. I actually think it's going to be a good fight.
You know we're going to watch it.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yo, Wiz, what's up, man? What's up, Wiz? All right, guys, I'll see you.
All right.
We didn't talk about sports, but whatever. Everyone knows where I stand on that. All right, I'll see you, Mike. All right, guys, I'm going to post the bets on Patreon later tonight. Thank you for joining. Greg Gibson, Matt. What's up, Steve Terry? Sorry, Campbell, we'll get you on next time. Everyone have a good night.